A journey of hearts. In the heart of a bustling city, where skyscrapers kissed the sky and neon lights painted the streets in vibrant hues, there lived a young woman named Sarah. Sarah was an aspiring artist, with a gentle soul and a passion for capturing the world's beauty on canvas. Her days were filled with the hustle of city life, commuting on crowded trains, working at a small art gallery, and dreaming of the day her own paintings would grace its walls. One rainy afternoon, Sarah found herself at her favorite cafe, seeking solace in a cup of hot tea and the aroma of freshly baked pastries. As she sat by the window, lost in thought, a man entered the cafe, his coat dripping with rain. His name was Daniel, a writer with a love for old-fashioned typewriters and a penchant for finding stories in the most unexpected places. Their paths crossed when Daniel accidentally bumped into Sarah's table, spilling a few drops of rainwater on her sketchbook. Apologies turned into conversation as they bonded over their shared love for art and literature. Sarah was captivated by Daniel's wit and charm, while Daniel was drawn to Sarah's creativity and warmth. From that day on, Sarah and Daniel's friendship blossomed into something deeper. They spent weekends exploring the city's hidden gems, art galleries, cozy bookstores, and quiet parks where Sarah would sketch and Daniel would find inspiration for his next novel. Each moment spent together felt like a scene from a romantic movie, filled with laughter, deep conversations, and stolen glances that spoke volumes. As seasons changed and their love grew stronger, Sarah and Daniel embarked on adventures beyond the city's limits. They traveled to quaint villages, where they wandered through cobblestone streets hand in hand, savoring local cuisines and immersing themselves in the culture. They hiked through lush forests, where the air was crisp with the scent of pine and the melody of bird song. Amidst their adventures, Sarah and Daniel faced challenges that tested their love. They supported each other through career changes, celebrated successes together, and comforted each other during moments of doubt. Their love became a sanctuary, a safe haven where they could be their true selves, vulnerable yet resilient, bound by a bond that grew deeper with each passing day. One summer evening, under a sky painted with hues of orange and purple, Daniel took Sarah to a hill overlooking the city, a place where they had often retreated to watch sunsets and dream about their future. With trembling hands and a heart full of love, Daniel knelt before Sarah and asked her to be his forever. Tears of joy glistened in Sarah's eyes as she said yes, her heart overflowing with happiness and gratitude for finding her soulmate. Their wedding day was a celebration of love, art, and literature. Surrounded by family and friends, Sarah and Daniel exchanged vows beneath a canopy of flowers, promising to support and cherish each other for all the days of their lives. As they danced under the stars, with the city skyline twinkling in the distance, Sarah knew that her life was now complete with Daniel by her side. Years passed, and Sarah's paintings adorned galleries around the world, while Daniel's novels became bestsellers translated into multiple languages. Through it all, their love remained the anchor that grounded them, a testament to the power of two hearts that found their home in each other's embrace. And so, in a world where dreams intertwined with reality and love blossomed like the petals of a rose, Sarah and Daniel's journey continued, a testament to the enduring beauty of a love story that began with a rainy day and a chance encounter in a cozy cafe. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting hues of pink and gold across the tranquil lake, Sarah found herself lost in the memories of their first encounter. It had been years since she last saw him, the way his laughter echoed through the summer air, the warmth of his touch, and the depth of his eyes that seemed to hold galaxies within them. She had often wondered where life had taken him, if he still remembered the promise they made under the ancient oak tree. Fate, it seemed, had other plans. It was at the annual town fair that their paths crossed again. Sarah stood by the carousel, mesmerized by the twinkling lights and the joyous laughter of children, and there he was, unmistakably him, with a smile that lit up the entire fairground. Their eyes met, and time stood still for a heartbeat. Then, as if drawn by an invisible force, they found themselves walking towards each other. The distance that years had placed between them melted away in an instant, replaced by an unspoken understanding and a shared history that no amount of time could erase. "Sarah," he said, his voice a mixture of surprise and delight. "David," she replied, her heart skipping a beat. They stood there, surrounded by the whirl of carnival music and the scent of cotton candy, catching up on lost time. They laughed about the silliness of youth and reminisced about the dreams they once shared. It was as if they had never been apart, each word weaving a tapestry of shared memories and unspoken longing. Later that evening, they found themselves sitting by the lake, where the water shimmered under the moonlight like 1,000 diamonds. The air was filled with the sweet fragrance of night-blooming jasmine, heightening the sense of magic that hung between them. "You haven't changed a bit," David said softly, his gaze lingering on Sarah's face. She smiled, a mixture of nostalgia and newfound hope. "Neither have you." And then, without another word, he took her hand in his, and they walked along the water's edge, their footsteps creating ripples that mirrored the beating of their hearts. They spoke of their journeys since they last parted, of successes and failures, of dreams fulfilled and dreams lost. As dawn painted the sky in shades of lavender and rose, they found themselves standing on the same hill where they had once carved their initials into the bark of an old oak tree. The initials had weathered over time, a testament to the passage of years and the enduring nature of their connection. Sarah turned to David, her eyes shining with unshed tears. "Do you remember?" He nodded, his voice barely above a whisper. "How could I forget?" And then, as if guided by a force greater than themselves, they carved their initials once more into the ancient oak tree, sealing their reunion with a promise that time could never erase. They spent the rest of the summer together, exploring forgotten trails and rediscovering the magic of their shared past. They danced under starlit skies and whispered secrets into the wind, knowing that they had been given a second chance to write their love story. For Sarah and David, the journey had come full circle, a testament to the enduring power of love and the belief that destiny always finds a way. Months passed, and their bond only grew stronger. They shared quiet mornings watching the sunrise from their favorite spot by the lake, where the world seemed to slow down just for them. They hiked through lush forests hand in hand, feeling the pulse of nature echoing their own heartbeat. Each moment was a treasure, a thread in the tapestry of their rekindled romance. One crisp autumn day, Sarah and David found themselves in a quaint cafe nestled in the heart of town. The air was filled with the aroma of freshly baked bread and the comforting hum of conversation. They sat across from each other, savoring the warmth of their coffee cups and the intimacy of shared glances. "I never thought we'd find each other again," Sarah confessed, tracing the rim of her cup with her fingertip. David reached across the table, his touch gentle yet resolute. "Some things are meant to be, Sarah. Our story isn't over, it's just beginning." Her heart swelled with a mixture of joy and vulnerability. "What do you see in our future, David?" He smiled, his eyes reflecting the depth of his feelings. "A lifetime of adventures, of laughter and tears, of growing old together. I see us chasing sunsets and building a home filled with love." Sarah felt a tear slip down her cheek, overwhelmed by the certainty in his voice. "I want that too, David, with all my heart." And so, they made plans to travel the world and discover hidden treasures, plans to nurture their dreams and support each other through life's uncertainties. They knew that the road ahead wouldn't always be easy, but they were ready to face it together, hand in hand. Winter arrived with a blanket of snow, painting the town in a serene quietude. Sarah and David stood by the lake once more, their breath forming tiny clouds in the chill air. They watched as the ice began to form along the edges, a testament to the passage of time and the resilience of their love. "I never believed in fairy tales," Sarah murmured, her voice barely audible above the whisper of the wind. David squeezed her hand, his touch warm against the cold. "Neither did I, until I found you again." They stood there in silence, their hearts speaking a language only they could understand. The world around them seemed to fade away, leaving only the promise of tomorrow and the certainty of their love. As they walked back to town, snowflakes dancing around them like tiny crystals, Sarah knew that this time, their love story was theirs to write, a testament to the enduring power of second chances and the beauty of finding your way back to where you belong.